What's going on, guys? Austin Awesome here once again, and over the past few weeks I haven't really been uploading a lot, just so you guys know, just because every time I try to upload a video, I fucking always get notifications saying it's like not able to upload or something. I just wanted to clear that up. I've made a few videos ever since my last upload, but uploading them has just been such a pain in the ass that I basically ditched them, and I basically ditched those projects. But anyways, that's not what this video is about. I just wanted to give my subscribers a clear update on what's been going on. Just a little update on what's going on. Anyways, what is this video going to be about? This video is going to be about my impressions on the Titanfall 2 technical test, which is going on this weekend and will be going on again next weekend. And yeah, so to start it off, I have been over the past day. So today was the first day of the first weekend of the Titanfall 2 technical test, and I've been hearing a lot of mixed things about this. I've seen a lot of people who like it, and I've seen a lot of people, and I've heard a lot of people who don't like it. I've heard cases why people like it, and I've heard many cases why people don't like it. So, what side of this, I guess, argument, or what side of this whole situation do I side on? I am what am I saying? I'm very happy with Titanfall 2 as of right now. I'm really enjoying the Titanfall 2 technical test. So I'm really enjoying my time with the technical test. It feels like a slightly more polished version of the original game, which I will get into in a little bit. Well, first off, what do I like about it? One, it's on PS4 this time. This time Titanfall is on PS4. Titanfall 1 was only on Xbox One, Xbox 360, and PC. I played a lot of the original Titanfall on PC, but I'm so glad that it's on PS4 now, because PS4 is what I'm playing on most of the time anyways. This is just what I play on most of the time. And I have almost like, I don't even know how many hours on the Titanfall 1 I have on my Origin account, but I'm sure it's a lot, because that game is fucking awesome. And Titanfall 2 so far, the technical, from what I've had to play with the technical test, just has been gotten even more excited. This just has gotten me even more excited for Titanfall 2 when it launches on October 28th. So I want to talk about a few of the things that they've changed from this game, from the first game to this game. Is that, first off, Titans. I mean, this game is called Titanfall 2, so obviously Titans are going to be the star of the show. Titans, how you actually get them is actually different. In the first game, you got them on like a timed basis. You had to wait for like, I think it was like 5 minutes, I think it was, and then you got your Titan. And then if you killed enemy pilots, you got them much quicker. You got them quicker. In this game, it's actually different. You don't just wait for them. They're not given to you. You have to earn them. So you're not, in the first game, every match, you were guaranteed a Titan. That is not the case in Titanfall 2. You have to earn it. You have to earn your Titan, which I think I like that. I really like that, just because it gives you an incentive to do well. It gives incentives for people not to camp, I guess. I mean, it could also provide an incentive for people to camp, but it could, it can encourage people to get into the action, especially because sometimes these matches can go on pretty short. Sometimes some of these have been pretty long, but sometimes they can be really short as well. And also with Titans is that in the first game you got to choose your Titan chassis, and you got to choose your Titan weapons, you got to choose their abilities, you got to choose pretty much everything about your Titan. This time in Titanfall 2, Titans are more like are more like hero characters or operators in Rainbow Six. They're set up in a way like most of their like key abilities and um, their weapons are all you can't change them. Each Titan has their own specific weapon and abilities and things like that. There are a few abilities that you can like customize, like the Vortex Shield and a few little things like that. Their boosting abilities, little things like that. But for the most part, you can't choose. You can't really customize your Titan weapons or abilities. Like I said, each Titan comes with their own weapons and abilities. I kind of think that's cool. I can see why some people might be disappointed with that, but you know what? I'm totally fine with it. One, it gives me an incentive to use different Titans. It gives me a reason to use different Titans. And I think it's kind of cool the way that's set up. It's kind of like hero characters and what are the games like hero-like characters? Overwatch, like hero characters in Overwatch, or I don't really play Overwatch, so I don't really know. Or like I've previously mentioned, operators in Rainbow Six Siege, that type of thing, and I think that's really cool. Now going on to pilots. So how the really key thing that they've changed as far as pilots go in Titanfall 2 is when you select there's like this specific ability that it's called. I'm not exactly sure what it's called. I forget what it is at this moment. But basically, if you select an ability like Cloak or the Grappling Hook, or the new Grappling Hook, that kind of thing, those abilities will change like how your pilot looks and little things like that. Other than that, though, they really haven't changed much about the pilots. But each, I guess, class of pilot, I guess, if you can call it that, has like their own ability, and yeah. So that's how they really changed the pilots. Best I can think of that I've like really noticed. Now let's move on to maps. Maps is kind of a mixed bag for me. This map that you're seeing here, Boomtown, I think that's what it's called. I really like this map. This map is awesome. I always have fun playing on it. The other map, Homestead, is a different story. I mean, it's not a bad map. It's actually a decent map. But it's really open and it's really big, and there's a lot of open fields for you to get crushed by Titans, for pilots to get crushed by Titans. Don't get me wrong. It's actually a decent map, but I just don't like it as much as I like Boomtown. And as far as right now for weapons, my favorite weapon is the primary weapon that you were just seeing a minute ago, the R201, which is actually a updated version of the R101C from Titanfall 1, which was my favorite weapon in Titanfall 1, coincidentally. I also like the Car SMG, which is another returning weapon in Titanfall 2. Other than that, I actually haven't really used very many weapons. I've only used those two, just because the only other weapons, the selection is very, very limited right now in the tech test. So the only other weapons there's like one more shot. There's one shotgun available. There's one sniper rifle available. There's one LMG available, which is the Spitfire LMG, which is another returning weapon from Titanfall 1. And that's about it. So the weapon selection right now is pretty basic. There's only a few mods. There's only like one sight. Each gun has like one distinct sight. At least for right now. I'm sure in the full game there's going to be more sights, more attachments, more mods. There's going to be more. There's just going to be a lot more stuff in the full game. But right now, since it's only a tech test, some of the weapon customization is pretty basic. And what else do I need to say? Criticisms. So here's where I need to get critical with this game. I can't just praise this game for everything. I've got to be critical of it. I don't really have anything to point at other than that. I've heard a lot of people brought this up as well. Is that it just feels like a slightly more polished version of the first game. I mentioned this earlier. Well, I don't see that as a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. I definitely don't see that as a bad thing. I kind of see it as a good thing just because I love the first game. I'm totally fine with it being, I guess, kind of a copy and paste of sorts. But I can understand why some people are disappointed. But that's one of the biggest reasons why I hear a lot of people don't like it, just because it's kind of a copy and paste. But you know what? I'm fine with that because the first Titanfall was amazing in my opinion. It just needed more. It just needed a little more depth, and it looks like there's going to be with more depth with Titanfall 2, because Respawn Entertainment has said that what you see in the tech test is only like a fraction of the amount of content that's in the full game. So I have hope. I have high hopes for the full game. I'm very excited for October 28th when this game launches. Another thing I forgot to mention, by the way, is that AI has been reworked. Now it's only in the modes. The AI in like the first game was in all modes except for Pilot versus Pilot, which was added post-launch. But in this game, it's only added in where it's necessary. As far as right now in the tech test, it's only available. The AI is only in Bounty Hunt, which is an AI-centered game mode, which is actually what you're seeing here, and probably my favorite mode in the tech test right now, just because it has that unique sense of scope that Titanfall 1 had, and just because a lot of the AI running around things like that has a really unique sense of scope, just like the first game had. The other game modes, amped hardpoint, it's basically hardpoint, just now you can amp the score by like I guess capturing the objectives twice and things like that. That's also a really fun game mode that has no AI, but it has Titans, and I really like that. I really like that game mode. I really like how they take the AI out when it doesn't fit. Like in a game mode like Hardpoint, the AI really isn't necessary. They only put the AI in the game modes where it's necessary. You know, I think that's a very smart way to do it. And the AI, the other game mode is speaking of game modes. The other game mode that I haven't mentioned is Pilot versus Pilot. It's basically team deathmatch. Just pilots, so there's no AI and there's no Titans. I played 1 or 2 matches of that, and then I was like, and then I just got kind of bored of it, just because there's no Titans. So like, what's the point of playing this game? There's no Titans. This game's called Titanfall. This game is called Titanfall. Without Titans, it's not Titanfall. In order for it to be Titanfall, you have to have Titans. How many times can I say the word Titan in this video? I mean, this game is called Titanfall, so obviously I'm going to be saying the word Titan a lot. Oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention: the anti-Titan weapons take up your secondary slot. In the first Titanfall, your anti-Titan weapon had its own slot, so you can carry a primary weapon, a secondary weapon like a pistol, and an anti-Titan weapon. Now you can just carry either a primary weapon or a anti-Titan weapon. So you have to choose. Do you want to carry, for your secondary, do you want to carry an anti-Titan weapon, or do you want to carry like a pistol? There's only one pistol, which is the 45 auto pistol, I think, which is also a returning weapon from the first game. It's actually a really good pistol. I haven't really used it much, and I used it a lot in Titanfall 1, but I haven't used it really almost at all here in Titanfall 2 yet. But yeah, that's another cool thing I wanted to point out. And graphics, the last thing I'm talking about is graphics. Talk about all the way to the end. Waiting till all the way to the end to talk about graphics for some reason. Graphics definitely look a lot better than it does in the first game. However, this won't blow your mind. It won't, like Battlefield 1 will or anything like that. Guys, the video's about to end here. Final thoughts: if you liked the first game, you're gonna like this one. If you didn't like the first Titanfall, you're not gonna like this one. Anyways, guys, that is about it. I'll see you guys in the next video.